Late night drive. Got the sport feature on. Let me turn that off. I'm not hitting it right. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I went picking. I think picking is a better term, or collecting. Collecting just sounds like, you're taking from someone owes you something. So I'm gonna mitigate from using that. I went picking. I looked up stuff online, and I found a beautiful trunk. Let me show it. It's a beautiful trunk. It's black, and it's gorgeous. Like the hinges and everything that encompasses, it just looks brand new. It's beautiful. It's thin. I don't think I want to put my tools in there. It's very it's actually, it's deeper than I thought it'd be. So there's that. Also, it's just too beautiful for that. A trunk generally, like back in the old days, people, I would call it a coffer, and people put their clothes when they would travel, or they would just store inside their home. Maybe, I don't know if I want to put clothes in there. I don't know. I was thinking about selling it, but it's just like, it's just too nice. I actually never had anything like that. I was looking to buy it online, and I just never got the right money, or money went, this and that, and people sold it. This one is such good condition, But push comes to shove, maybe I will sell it out there, I don't know. And then, I want to buy, not a toolbox, I want to I found one for like $160. It's in a store. It's wooden. I don't like some features it has, but it's thin, and it has features where you can store your tools. They're not too deep, so that's quite alright as well. But it's a table. It's basically like a table for handyman, or just for soldering, cutting. I would even say doing anything with your hands. Gluing, I could do jewelry on it. There's so many things that I paint things on it, except I'll probably have it inside, so I probably wouldn't paint too much. I probably wouldn't stain it, because actually, my open the window, I might do that as well. And it should be painted, nonetheless, because it's the original wood. It should be even painted or stained, or maybe not. But it's like, maybe I'll do that, because now that I don't have room for it, I definitely do. I have all these clothes, so it could be used. And it could be used for like storage of my clothes. But I'll see. It just, I'll take a look at it when I go inside the home, this and that. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Anyway, I'm thinking where I would put it. I know I'll put it in my bedroom. Definitely in my bedroom, So that would be really cool, and it kind of goes with my dresser. My dresser is brown, but it's just a really good coffer. I don't think it's the one that actually could be something like, I don't think it's a chest exactly, or a coffer. They call it a trunk. Usually leave it a trunk, but I would think like, in the old days they would store gold in it, or like, stuff like that. And it's just so cool, It's like, that's what it reminds me of. It's like when the pirates would talk about, let's go get my booty, let's go get the booty. They were talking about gold and jewelry and all these expensive items, Like they find shipwrecks, ancient shipwrecks, and they look for gold in there. They would have it in places like that. So it's really cool. That's one of the reasons why I want it. I wasn't looking for it to like get and put clothes in it, but it's really cool. But that's one of the reasons. It's from the ancient world. If you ever see the movie Titanic, that's where a lot of people would transport their clothes, this and that. It was like a luggage to a certain extent. Except that one, maybe it could. I don't know. They actually had ones with handles and stuff. But people, I guess the rich people, they would have something like that. It just it's. For me, it just, it's a work of art, but it's awesome as well. And I do have plenty of other clothes, so I think it'd be cool to have that. I have clothes for like females that, I bought for a girl that I never gave because things fell apart, a couple of them. so I could actually store it in there as well, because it is a good storage place. Or I could just put like a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it's such a good find. I went to another place, and I'm just driving through, and it's like driving down memory lane. This is Route 1 and 9, and I'm going north right now, going back home. But just such a memory lane of, like, working with, like, movers. One guy in particular, this guy Ken, and, just driving, and I just had a memory. It's like, I try to talk to him, like, I used to have a Jetta, and it was a manual, so I would try to tell him, hey, if you like, maybe you don't like, he doesn't like the fast ride, but he would just, like, he couldn't see well at night, and he just, the way he would drive, but I think he liked driving in general. I don't know if he enjoyed it, but I was like, when we get to my car, because we were in his car, I'll teach you how to drive manual. You could just, not go fast, but you could just figure out it's fun to drive it, just to go forward, reverse, pop in the gears. You go in a lower gear, you slow down, you accelerate. It's not about racing, driving crazily. I don't like that. And I don't know if I was angry at him at that time. I told him what I thought. I kind of wanted to see what he would do. I kind of wanted to see how he would react, or he just said, "Oh no, screw yourself, this and that." Or, I don't need that. I don't like that. It's like why you get so agitated there, I guess I was taunting him, but if he would have wanted that, I would have let him sit in and drive it. I wouldn't care. It's just like it's. I wanted to see what he was made of, kind of. I think everybody, especially a guy, not that they should be stereotyped, should know how to drive manual. But it's just like he would always say, "Oh, you're better. You're much. I don't know if he say much better. You're a little bit better than me at that." All right, man. It just got to the point where it just got annoying. I remember I started making fun of him for that. I just got frustrated with that. I'm much more better than you in driving. I just don't go around telling that. Because honestly, who cares? And the last time I worked with him, it was I remember it was a winter, and I was looking for a job. It just so happened he actually picked up the phone. He called me back. He didn't call me. He called me, and he just, "Oh, I have a job. It's it's 3 men, which means 3 people. Are you interested?" And I was like, "Wow, that's very peculiar," because I think I just wrote an email. I was thinking about talking to this guy named Benson, who he is associated with. And he just happened to call me for a job. So I was like, "Wow!" And then he pretended like, "Oh, I didn't talk to Benson, this and that." Wow, you actually wrote Benson for like a job? You want a job? You wrote to him? Like, I put my head down and I humbled down. I mean, for like 2-3 months, I was writing emails, calling people, and everybody, people didn't respond. So I was like, fuck it, I might call Benson, because he always talked about if you wanna come work with me, you can come work with me. Except prior to that, it didn't work out too well. But there was a lot of other things going around. That's the reason why he was just like it's like I cowered myself down. And I was a peasant. I was reaching for squabbles over breadcrumbs. And it was just like the way he was like. It was on that day that, we talked about he needed me for work, and I desperately needed money. And I know he pays well, like, I don't know, $15 or $20 an hour, something like that. But I was like, an hour. So I was like, and it was like, go driving. So I was like, I'll get like 6-8 hours, I kind of need the money. And so I'm like, fuck, I worked with Ken that day. I didn't really want to, but I was like, fuck, job's a job. I want to see, what he says, this and that. But the way he's snarking, it's like, wow, you called Benson? Yeah, you called him? I was like, wow, you fucking geek, you. I didn't say that. I was like, you fucking asshole. It's like, yeah, you're such a little bitch. But anyway, it wasn't that serious. Just, I went to work with him, and we just so happened, I think we went to like Piscataway, where I just came from. And, something happened. Like, I was fueling the truck afterwards. This other kid, I think we dropped, I don't know if it was that day or a different day. And then, he disappeared. And the guy disappeared. I spent like an hour just, freaking calling him, tell him to come back to the gas station, because I didn't know where the customer lived or some shit. There was something else weird with the truck, that, I felt like there was going to be a dead body in there. It was like, that's why he said, no, just leave the back of the truck open. I was like, why would you want to do that, Ken? I think I don't know if I called you. He's like, no, just leave it open. And he got really aggravated, so I knew it was something serious. It was just so weird and disgusting. I wanted to take a picture of that truck, the registration plates, this and that, and just for my own safety and purposes, you know. I didn't have my smartphone on me, and I have the mindset I would just start recording him. And it was just so weird. And that day, it's like he made me feel like, not subconscious, but like some way, like I had to cry and fill up the whole truck with my tears, or else I would like shovel snow for an eternity. This kid that he brought to the job, the third, I don't want to say man, that wasn't a man, to that job. It was just so eerie for a month. Like, time I kept thinking about it, I thought in afterlife, that's how I might end up. It's like, you people believe in your afterlife, and it was because this kid's relationship with his wife, they broke up. And supposedly, like, I said something, I didn't know who he was. I thought he might have been related to somebody from, like, my Uncle Stanley Nimick's work, And it was like, I came to see him when he was engaged, except I didn't know it was him. I thought it was my cousin Robert, Skarupa, and this girl Jovita. So I was like, wow, really? They're getting married? Like, Robert with her? It was just so weird, but, I guess I could see it. And we went to the Nimick's house, which now I'm starting to think maybe it wasn't Nimick's. And, I just came downstairs, and, like, I think it was downstairs because it was the Nimick's or something happened here. But, and it was just so eerie, like, it was just acting weird. Now, I didn't know who it was. I just saw Robert and Jovita. Then my mom's like, well, you just ran down there like that. I'm like, what do you want? What do you mean you ran down there? I wanted to see them. I wanted to see what the fuck was going on. I don't know if I started joking, but I was like, you guys getting hooked up? And I was like, what are you guys doing, man? Like, I didn't know anything. And it was just so weird and odd. And then I think later they broke up or something like that. I don't know if they talked to the girl. I don't know who the girl was. For sure, for certain. And it was just so weird and odd. And then, like, he blamed me for it. I remember him telling a story we were at Cairns, with that moving job. And this guy just starts telling a story how, oh, yeah, she left him and he lived in a house on a hill. And he had a broken snowblower that he tried to shovel the snow. It was just the worst day of his life. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do, bro? Don't shovel the snow, let it melt. It's like, I didn't tell you to do that. And it's like, it's just so random. Like, I think that's the first time I saw him. I don't know if I still don't know who the fuck that kid was. But he made me feel like for eternity, I'm going to, shovel snow in a snowstorm on a highway. It's like, he made me feel that. On some clairvoyant stuff, like driving there, I just felt like miserable. Then Ken, he was driving this big 26-foot truck. It was up a hill. I had to go to the bathroom, piss so bad, to urinate. I don't know, for some reason. And this guy was like, he was going up a hill. He was taking 2 lanes. 2 lanes in the dark. And he could barely see. I don't know why Ken was driving that truck in the first place. I was like, oh, Jesus, bro. I was like, well, I kind of want to see it in a way. I was like, I hope he crashed. I was like, I want to see what the hell he's going to do. But it just became so annoying. He was smiling. Ken, like, enjoyed that he was driving, like, recklessly and just taking 2 lanes. It's a big truck. I'm like, well, you idiot, why don't you stay in 1 lane? You could never stay in the 1 lane when it was, like, dark. I don't know if he couldn't see or he just couldn't drive, because Ken's a horrible driver. And then, we pulled up to the customer's house because there was, like, a couple things we had to get or something. And I just started pissing on the tire. It was like, I was going for like 2-3 minutes. And it was like, I didn't want to go in the guy's house. He just moved out of there or something. And we just went back. And it was like, I was like, I didn't want to go there because I was going to knock this and that. Use somebody's bathroom. And just like, oh, I got to go. It just feels weird. I don't know the guy that well. And, I'm pissing on his tire or the truck hiding. And this kid, wants to give me hell for eternity, just comes up to me. He's like, all right, I'll see you later. Just starts shaking my hand. I'm like, yeah. I don't know if I took it, shake him with my dick in it. It was just so awkward. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not spilling water. Why are you fucking, like, trying to talk to me right now? It's like, what a fucking idiot. I mean, you're such a fucking doofus. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck. I started farting. He was just right there. It was like a puddle going down because the truck was on the hill. The guy moved to him house. He just went to get some ice. And it was like a trick of trickle down to his house. And he was like, why'd you do that for? I'm like, oh, man. It's like I had to go. You understand? I was hurting. But I was like, I just waited for that guy to come over me and start talking to me. I was like, these guys are creepy, man. I know this is weird, but like, it's late at night. No one's watching. I'm being quiet. You guys are the making noise, man. You trying to talk to me while I, have my dick in trying to go. It's just so weird. It was so creepy. I was like, then me, the customer, that kid fucking left home. He had to go or something, right? And that customer, Indian dude, and can't go to, like, return the truck or something, not to his new house, his old house, but to the truck place. And he's like, oh, well, we got to get gas because, you got to fill up to the line that he took it from. And then we go, he filled up a truck, this and that. I guess he paid. I'm driving, Ken's driving, and Ken just, does one of his old tricks. It's like a red light. Ken knew where the guy lived. So instead of slowing down, waiting for me, like fucking, and I know he did it on purpose, the fucking doofus. He's not that much of a moron. And he just accelerated to the light. And it's like he had to get also in front of me. Where, like, I could have been in front of the customer. He had to get in front of me. I know he's not that stupid. And, he just accelerated when it was a red light. And they just both left. And it's like I was left there. I didn't want to pass the light. There was cars going. I don't know if there was a cop. I was like, fuck, bro. And it was just like, I couldn't find the place where they were going. And it was right there to the right. He's such a fucking geek. Such a fucking cunt. And then I just took the truck and I went back to the gasoline place. I was asking, can I charge up my phone? These guys were fucking just morons about it. And, it's like, all right, go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro. It's not that serious. And, it's like I call, like, fucking Ken. He doesn't pick up his phone. His phone goes to voicemail. And I finally got through. It's like, just get to the fucking gasoline station, man. Stop trying to fucking tell me that shit. Later, I think, they actually came back like an hour later. He drove, when the customer drove back, and all that fucking retarded shit. And it was just like, I was just so fucking pissed off. It was like, the $100-something wasn't worth it. Including his house. It's like, you had to put on these booties to get in there, which was like, all right. It was frustrating. Kenny over there stood in the truck because he was tired, Me and the other guy, the little kid, like, we did the heavy work. I started having pains in my hands because my hand does feel pain, but at least we finished the job. And it was just like, so fucking ridiculous. I had no animosity, just like what the fuck, bro? It's like, and then we get, finally we get to the place. It was like a lot, like where they rented the truck from. We park it, and Kenny over there is, is talking about leaving the back door like a quarter open for some reason. And he was like, well, because it rained and this and the other. And I felt like, it was like I just picture like, it was just dark in there. I wasn't scared, but I was like, it was just creepy and sinister, especially Kenny over there. The first time I met Ken, at least, in North Brunswick in, 2000, what? I always misconstrue that. 2010, 2011, I always thought he was like a serial killer. I got the serial vibe that he would just want to slowly take somebody's life for no reason whatsoever. Just to see how it feels. He always struck me as a bit bizarre. And thinking about Ken, he always ran with his hands to the side. Like, he never really moved his hands. Kind of did, but he just like, and he used to crap his pants all the time. So it was very, he was just if he was in my high school, I probably, would have said something, but then I wouldn't want to even talk to that guy. That's someone I would associate myself with. He always had this red sweater, it was a baseball style, when they had but it was like up to here. He just bragged about he always bought it on Amazon. It was the one sweater, one of a kind, and it was just a total oddball. He had, the sweatband. I remember from like the 80s they were popular, but then just kind of like, it was just too tight, it would hurt my head. He always had that on when it was just a big day. It was like, it's summer, you're gonna sweat. You don't have one, something like that. I'm just like, no, Ken, I don't want it. And then he really wanted to aggravate me. He just played this little game, like he would slam on the window, and he was, when I was talking to somebody. He just is such a cunt, such a fucking cunt, total pussy. Around female, he was the worst. He would like drool when he was talking. Like, it's not just about guys too. It's like, he would go in people's houses, just look through their stuff. It was just so classless. It's like and then people would, ask, oh, what were the worst customers? I'm like, a lot of times it was Ken. He was just, it wasn't pleasure to be around a lot of times. Not just that, but just the animosity. So I started, mocking and imitating him. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I was just angry, so I started making fun of him. And one of the customers just dropped like an Indian dude. Like he made sure like I got hit in the head or something. Like, at least that's how I see it. Or maybe it was Ken. But I was like, you want to bring violence to me? It's all right. We hate each other, so I'm just not going around throw you around and shit. I just ridiculed you, bro. But just driving down memory lane, and there must have been a real accident here. 3 lanes are blocked off. Taking the right lane. Everyone's exiting. you know? This is why I'm driving so slow. I don't want anybody thinking I'm high. Some shit. Oh, gosh. Get mad. Well, that doesn't look too severe. Unless there was something else. Why would they close off unless it's something else? Oh, it's gotta be something else up there. But it's gonna be a while. You know what? I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna make a quick laugh. My time is precious, officer. You're right. I was going the wrong way. I just didn't think nothing of it. I think you catch on. Trying to say I'm stupid. No, I just think you are. I'm not saying that. That would be a hard ticket to fight, wouldn't it? Yeah, they closed the whole overpass. Which, by the way, I think it's an overpass, not a bridge, because I looked it up years ago. A bridge connects two lands divided by a body of water. Whether a creek, a river, not so much a lake, but that could be to any kind of body of water. And this guy is making a U-turn, which is actually acceptable. Why not? Oh, I'm down to 16/8 of a gas, but that's all right. Yeah, it's they closed that whole overpass. So. But it's kind of horrible. It's 11:02 right now. 23:02 hours. I think I said it properly. And it's just kind of hard to get in any kind of accident. Actually, any time of the day, you think about it. You're on the road, you drive, this and that. You don't want to get in that predicament. A lot of cop cars, but so are here. So. Let me just show it again. Lucas investigates. Oh, that's just a reflection in your window. It's true. But they are right there. And that's not. That's right there on top, I believe. Right there in the highest point. I don't know what could have been. Lately I've been checking the internet for news what's going on in New Jersey. Rarely it shows anything. There's one website where it shows this happened in Woodbridge 2 days ago. Other than that, it's I don't know. Does New Jersey have their own YouTube channel that they show local news? I gotta look at that. Because every day or every other day I hear a fire truck, this and that. It's ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 with their lights on, and 6 just flickering backlights, which might be an SUV or a detective car. But yeah, which is another thing. Why does so many cop cars go there? Do they need a second, third, fourth, fifth, 20th opinion? I mean, all they need is 1 or 2 guys, collect data, this and that, maybe a person to take pictures, ambulance gets there, and it's let's clear the road, move on up, waste of a resource to a certain degree. I mean, not for nothing, if I was a a police officer, not a cop, because I don't want to be that. I wouldn't do that. I'd be on patrol or something like that. I wouldn't even stand looking about tickets. Maybe once in a while, I'll drive on the highways. I'd be like, yeah, slow down. All right, I'm pulling you over. If not, you ain't getting arrested. Fuck that shit. I wouldn't play with that shit. If you try to act out or try to get away or try to be smart, I'll put my foot down. But I will investigate. I would be on patrol, riding around, seeing, even in the suburbs or even the city area, see if there's, anybody doing something mischievous or they're robbing houses or something like that. Chances to catch them are very few, but, I wouldn't be sitting around bored, on the computer, laptop, or my cell phone. It's just defeats the purpose. That's pretty much security. I mean, even in today's with technology, even if you want to have radars for speed, you can have them built in somewhere, or they have them on the ground. Even though I wouldn't use a gigantic board, because all I do is slow people down. I will have it someplace where people are known for speeding and just record. Just record data, and once in a while drive by, give random tickets or something like that. maybe like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cop cars just drive around secretly and just, just pull people over with the traffic, and have a whole, and random day, not a special day. It's the seatbelt day of the year when everybody gets tickets. It's ridiculous. All this is to, create awareness. My ass. You get people for speeding or doing ridiculous stuff. Because you could go 75, you could go over 75, but you could have control. There's people going 50, 60 and do crazy stuff, jumping in a lane and stuff, and they don't even know how to drive. Or maybe they do drive properly, but there's just a lot of people on the road. But if you want to go speeding, I think that would be a good thing, Not just stand there with a radar. Well, that's a machine. Machine could do that, You're just a, waste of a resource, this and the other thing. Well, that is odd, because there's a car over here. I see the blinkers on it. It's like, over 100 feet away from the cop cars. So I don't know why, they're not as close to that vehicle. It's weird. I want to read about this, see what happens, but they're probably not going to say anything. So, let me just kick a U-turn and let's see if I could go past that. But the way it is, I probably won't see it. Unless I'll get on Route 1 and there's a divider, but I wonder if they blocked it off. There was something going on 2 Octobers past. It was here on Route 1. I drove back from someplace, and it was like there was 2 cop cars, and they were putting somebody in an SUV. It was very weird, I don't know if I actually took out my cell phone and started recording it a bit. Except I don't know if it got deleted from my phone or something like that. Like, I don't know if it was somebody messing with my iCloud or my iPhone. It's very odd. But it was the point. It's like, I can't be going around recording everything, man. I gotta, kind of want to live my life here a little bit. Plus, it was like, what if these gooks come after me? And then eventually they did. I think that was Linden. That wasn't Rahway. Who knows? But it was just something very weird, just something. It looked so unprofessional. Like it wasn't a paddy wagon. It was like an SUV they had. They were just, they were putting stuff in. It was just very odd. And I should have recorded them and I should have uploaded to YouTube, but I uploaded a lot of things to YouTube and it's like nothing. So fuck it. At least I'm not a fucking coward, a thief, a scoundrel. Can't blame me for that anymore, America. Lucas with the chauffeur. He a rider, not a chauffeur. How did you get on the deserted highway, mister? Well, I just look at gay porno. It's like whenever I see these guys, I always think of that shit. What is it, road work? Wow. That wasn't road work at all. So now I'm gonna hit a U-turn. Mommy's not gonna afford the gas you hear me. Just get home and sleep it off. I know you're hurting. You're in pain. Oh, you suck. He doesn't feel it. Let's not spoil the fun. Yep. Going around the place where this is, let me show this. This is, I think it's the coolest thing. One of them, recycling centers. Ooh, why is that? Recycling centers, right here. This is well known. Auto wreckers. Oh, they closed that off. All right. Welcome to the city job, buddy. And this is the apartment complexes, but this is an avenue, this is a street that will take you to a couple of recycling plants. They're all over here in Rahway. It's known for that. And it's like, you want to recycle or something like that, this is a place to go. Oh, dead end, that's right. But, ooh, sexy, baby. just go back. Well, I'm really doing a number on my gas here, but when you're down to the dollar for gas, spoken like a true American, like a commoner. When you're down to the dollar, when you're down to your bottom dollar, when you're down to your bottom dollar and just hard on your luck, which can come and go, you start to analyze things like that. You start to look upon the good old days when you'll have a buck for the tank, for the petrol. Here is a food gathering place. I don't know if anybody. Oh, they actually put a lot of clothes in there or something like that. But rolling cops. Oh, I should have went the other way. Fuck it, it's alright, same. I don't care if I run out of gas. I don't care if you think I'm going fast. But Mr. Policeman, buckle your seatbelt, cause I'm gonna last. I'll last thee. I'll last thee. I'm lasty. I don't care what you hear or see. I gotta get the right foot. Oh, there we are. That's better. So slowing it down. There. Get home. I'm gonna make me a pot of coffee. A pot of coffee will be really good at 11:12 p.m. I did take a nap earlier, like I stated, so fuck it. Oh, nope. I gotta go farther up. I want to get the whole thing. Actually, here would it be so? I think we'll be past it already. There's an entrance over here I usually go, and it's like it's an overpass, but I'm pretty sure I'll be past whatever was going on. Anyway, talking about just a bunch of jumbo mumbo over there. Who's with you? Show face, loser. Is she hot? You can't be that low tonight. I mean, you're not that much weird. You're not a total weirdo, are you? Hope she's a whore. Hope it's not like mommy. Ooh, that's pretty low, Alashko, wherever you are. Adagio. One of my cousins. Adagio. I looked up Adagio. Adagio means it's from orchestra, or how they write their symphony, but it means love. It was just so weird, but guy was a big doughy football player, so he must have got a lot of love. And they didn't know that he was calling that. Adam Adash Adagio, it's like reminded me like Roberto Baggio. Not really, just the sound of Adagio, but I never really took it to that place. I looked it up for love, and it meant love. I was like, wow, that's weird, but it's like, it is used in symphonies, though. I was trying to explain to Daddy over there, Adagio, remember Adagio? That's I am gonna. There you go. Boy, no one wants to come with me, huh? Alright, let me start from the beginning. Nice and easy now. Steady it. That took a hit. That one as well. So it sounds two in all this. And an ambulance. And the third one over there. Maybe he was trying to sneak in or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I don't understand what's the point of all these vehicles right there. And then why they close this off? I don't understand. You know, it's like, is the whole, you know, overpass haunted now? Like, what is going on? Going back to the same route? Alright, you know, I gotta go.